Mitsuha Yamano loses her parents and brother in an accident. She is bullied and pushed off a cliff, but she falls safely, and realizes she has traveled to an alternate world. She wanders until she is discovered and taken in by a girl named Colette and decides to get used to this new world by imagining what her otaku brother might have done. She and Colette are attacked by wolves while foraging, forcing Mitsuha to suddenly return to Japan. When she realizes she can move between worlds, she grabs several weapons, returns, and kills the wolves. An interdimensional being confronts her, explaining that when she fell off the cliff, her strong will to live stole some of his power, allowing her to now travel between worlds and heal all injuries. He gives her the power and departs, pledging to return in a few millennia. Mitsuha realizes she can use her power to become wealthy enough to retire in both worlds after Colette's father gives Mitsuha gold for the wolf carcasses. As a result, she sets a goal of amassing a fortune of 2 billion yen, or approximately 80,000 gold coins. 2. Mitsuha starts thinking about how ordinary Japanese products could be profitable in the new world. Mitsuha chooses to make her fortune in the royal capital after learning that the feudal lord, Klaus von Boses, is a good man, but she promises Colette she will return one day. Mitsuha teleports to Japan and converts all of her assets to cash before traveling to South America to meet Wolf Fang, a private military company, where she buys guns and receives instruction in shooting and self-defense. She also strikes a deal with the commander to exchange the gold coins of the other world for Earth currency, and she studies medieval feudal societies to determine which goods to purchase and sell for the greatest profit. Deciding she is ready, she teleports back to the other world and enters the village ruled by Klaus von Boses. 3. Mitsuha is barred from meeting Klaus unless she has been invited, so she fabricates a meeting with his sons by pretending to be hit by their carriage. Mitsuha, having made a strong first impression, presents Klaus with a Swiss Army knife, which piques his interest. At dinner at his mansion, she meets Klaus's wife Iris, sons Alexis and Theodore, and daughter Beatrice. Mitsuha claims she fled her country to enable her beloved younger brother to inherit and avoid a succession dispute, and she plans to support herself as a merchant, beginning with the sale of a medium-quality pearl necklace. Iris, on the other hand, explains that pearls are so rare that an entire necklace of them would be an instant national treasure that no amount of gold could purchase. Iris agrees to keep the necklace hidden from the public in return for enough gold to start a general store in the capital. Mitsuha's innovative business sense continues to impress the family, and she is reminded of her own parents and brother, leading her to cry. The next day, Klaus sends her to the capital in his carriage with a letter of official sponsorship and an invitation to visit them again anytime. 4. Mitsuha arrives in the city, rents a store, and stocks it with Japanese goods. Unfortunately, her goods are so foreign that her first customers are uninterested and only remain for a shampoo, demonstration and lunch, which, while exotic to them, is just cheap boil-and-bag meals. Customers suspect Mitsuha is a witch after seeing showers, a gas cooker, and multiple distinct dinners emerge from a single pot. Regardless, Mitsuha sells shampoo, moisturizer and jewelry, including complimentary chocolates. The customers, maids in a mansion, show the chocolate to Chef Marcel, who is so impressed, he shows their employers, Viscount Reiner and his daughter Adelaide. They are so intrigued by the story of being served fresh fish for lunch that they insist Marcel investigate, despite the fact that it is a 10-day journey from the ocean. Mitsuha realizes she made a mistake by stocking fresh fish, but she still sells Marcel an expert chef knife. Marcel reveals that Adelaide's debutante party is approaching, and he asks Mitsuha to provide fresh fish so he can impress the noble guests. Mitsuha, sensing a huge profit opportunity, agrees to help cater the entire ball for the appropriate fee. Reiner and Adelaide try Mitsuha's food for the party and are so impressed that they pay her to provide Adelaide's dress, jewelry, alcohol, and plan the entertainment schedule. Adelaide also purchases shampoo and body wash. Mitsuha spends days showing Marcel party food recipes centered on fresh fish. Claiming to be measuring Adelaide for her dress, Mitsuha blindfolds her and teleports her to a professional dressmaker on Earth. The party is about to start, and Adelaide dazzles in a gorgeous dress that is enhanced by special effects from a projector on Mitsuha's laptop. When Mitsuha runs into Klaus and Iris, who have come to meet Adelaide's potential suitors, sons Alexis and Theodore, she becomes nervous. Iris was worried Mitsuha's shop was closed, but she's pleased to learn she was just busy preparing for the party. Disaster comes when the guests consume so much fish that the kitchen runs out. Mitsuha uses the dessert of biscuits, sweets, cake, and alcohol to allow Marcel time to make massive servings of French fries. The ball is such a success that many nobles insist that their sons fight as quickly as possible to marry Adelaide. Mitsuha's cuisine becomes popular and is known as Yamano-style cuisine in noble society. A guest at the ball, the chef to Baron Turk, barges into Mitsuha's shop and demands fresh fish, because the Baron is no longer happy with his cooking. He almost attacks Mitsuha because she persists on only providing fish on special order. Iris and Claus intervene and vow to inform the Baron of his actions. Iris drags Mitsuha back to their home for dinner, as she has not visited in weeks. Beatrice insists on having Mitsuha cater her debutante party in 2 years. Claus is fascinated by the food and special effects, and Mitsuha is forced to lie about where she gets her products. Mitsuha is taken aback when Beatrice discloses that girls get engaged at the age of 10 and marry at the age of 15. Mitsuha is already elder than this as a high school graduate. Beatrice asks Mitsuha what kind of man she would marry, and Mitsuha immediately realizes she was sent by Iris to plot Mitsuha's marriage. A wanted murderer hides in Mitsuha's shop for a few days before being apprehended by 4 mercenary guild bounty hunters. Mitsuha, sensing an intriguing opportunity for some RPG experiences, asks if she can hire the mercenaries for a job. Mitsuha requests the mercenaries, swordsman Sven, spearman Zepp, swordswoman Grit, and archer Ilt to accompany her on her hunting expedition. After returning to Japan to obtain contemporary camping gear and a crossbow, Mitsuha discovers that mercenaries are presently out of work, and many have turned to banditry. Mitsuha's tent, lighter to start fires, and canned soup impress the group, so Mitsuha considers giving bulk supplies to the guild to improve working conditions. Grit and Ilt reprimand her for trying to bathe in a bikini because, in their eyes, Mitsuha is a nudist because there are no such things as bikinis. When Mitsuha is assaulted by a boar, she kills it with her pistol, but inserts crossbow bolts into the bullet holes so the others do not learn about firearms. When she returns home, Mitsuha uses a swimsuit magazine to demonstrate that bikinis are common in her country, and she is surprised by their reaction to the photographs. Wondering if paintings will sell, Mitsuha employs her teleportation ability to teleport the shapes of renowned statues out of solid rock, but none of them appear to be correct. She is able to sell the statues as demons to repel evil spirits, but feels no sense of accomplishment for her lack. A young girl called Sabine enters the shop that Mitsuha suspects to be a princess. A gang kidnaps the girl for human trafficking, but Mitsuha uses a stun pistol to subdue them. The king summons Mitsuha because he is grateful she saved his daughter Sabine. Mitsuha sells reading glasses to the king and his chancellor Sar after noticing their poor vision, and discreetly tells the king that she cannot be bribed to do his bidding. The king is pleased, but Mitsuha is being investigated. Nelson Adler, the owner of Adler Trading Company with a royal business warrant, threatens Mitsuha to give over her store. A few days later, Mitsuha arranges for Nelson to sign the documents afterward. She also arranges for Sabine and Sar to be present so that if Nelson is rude and lecherous to Sabine, Sar confiscates his royal warrant and tells all other trading companies not to mess with Mitsuha. Nelson is forced to retire in disgrace. The king is overjoyed that Mitsuha was able to manipulate events in order for him to prosecute the Adler Company, which is riddled with corruption and rumors of human trafficking. Mitsuha earns a lot of money by selling reading glasses to elderly men with poor vision. A desperate lady seeks Mitsuha's help. Alina, the lady, works at Bernd and Stella's diner. A wealthy man's son attempted to seduce Alina, but she refused because she is in love with her father's apprentice, Anel. Since then, their chef has gone to work for the wealthy guy, and Bernd has been beaten by thugs. Mitsuha agrees to help and trains Alina and Anel in Yamano cuisine, which can be sold for inflated prices due to its rarity, among even aristocracy. Grit and Ilt are hired as waitresses, as is Sabine, who offers for fun. The wealthy man, his son, and Burndes' former chef try to have Burned arrested for selling fake Yamano cuisine, even asking Chef Marcel to confirm the food is fraudulent. However, Marcel verifies that it is genuine because Mitsuha is present. Iris and Claus both go to the diner to see Mitsuha, as does the king, who is looking for Sabine. With their help, the rich man, his son, and the chef are exposed as the thugs who assaulted, Burned, and imprisoned. Additionally, Mitsuha facilitates a relationship between Alina and Anel. Mitsuha's profit after expenditures is only 1 gold, but she doesn't mind because she gained more pleasure from her good deeds. A monster horde emerges in the countryside. At the Wolf Fang headquarters on Earth, Mitsuha joins a party. Mitsuha starts offering discounts to adventurers who bring other adventurers to her shop after a few days without customers. The king is dissatisfied. Sar's investigation into Mitsuha revealed nothing about her background, but he is satisfied that she is not a threat to the kingdom. The king unexpectedly summons Mitsuha and orders her to escape to another country with Sabine, as the neighboring Alder Empire prepares to invade with 3,000 monsters and 20,000 soldiers, as well as several nobles who have turned traitor against the king. Sar enlists Mitsuha in the Council of War, where an assassin tries to assassinate Commander Ablinger. Mitsuha shoots the assassin, but Alexis is seriously wounded. Furious and in need of help, Mitsuha transports Alexis to Earth for life, saving surgery, and tells Wolf Fang's commander her secret, hiring his entire army to battle in the other world. The commander is skeptical of her story, so Mitsuha transports him as proof, just in time to save refugees fleeing from goblins that are somehow unharmed by bullets. Mitsuha uses fireworks to frighten the goblins away, exposing the enemy monster tamer who is controlling them. The commander, inspired by his first real battle in years, agrees that the entire Wolf Fang company will fight as paid mercenaries. As the army approaches the city, Wolf Fang, on Mitsuha's orders, removes the officers and monster tamers, frightening the troops, who are mostly forcibly cryptid peasants from the Empire, and releasing the monsters to wreak havoc during the retreat. The armored truck for which Wolf Fang was called, which has 2 roof-mounted 20mm autocannons, even defeats the Empire's Flying Wyvern squad. The kingdom hails Mitsuha by her unfortunate nickname, Messenger of Lightning. The enemy commander refuses to surrender yet and reveals the Empire's secret weapon, an immense dragon. Mitsuha orders Wolf Fang to attack the beast by using several drones equipped with holographic projecting equipment, and her world-shifting ability to confuse the dragon. When the dragon becomes irritated enough to attempt to breathe fire, Mitsuha shoots an RPG into its open maw, mortally wounding it. The Empire's forces flee, and Mitsuha lets the Wolf Fang commander retain one of the dragon's fangs before returning them to Earth. In the aftermath, Mitsuha is summoned to the castle to be rewarded, where she persuades the gathered nobles to pay a large sum for the mercenaries and is made a citizen and viscountess of the realm. When Mitsuha returns to Earth, she discovers that Wolf Fang has sold the dragon fang to a researcher. She returns Alexis to the kingdom, and with business halted due to the conflict, Mitsuha closes the store and relocates to her new fiefdom to resume her retirement plans from there, inviting Colette to serve as her retainer.